Well, sorry. I have no idea what happened to the previous stream, but it looks like it, self-destructed somehow. Hopefully this one goes a little bit better. Okay, it looks like this one is working. Basically, this is a continuation of the Q&A live stream from my previous last, like, 2 minutes. Hopefully you guys are able to find it correctly. Let's just... Hey, hello. Glad you guys were able to find the stream again. I have no idea what happened to the other one. It just kind of started buffering. And even though, like, YouTube said it had good connection, for some reason it wasn't. It just kept buffering and buffering. So we decided to start this one again. It's going to be a continuation of the Q&A, so you guys can ask questions in live chat. And I will try to answer them. But instead of unboxing, we will be going ahead and completing Yuu's quest for completing races, since that's been one of the things that I've been needing to do for a while. And we are relatively close to it, and I haven't quite streamed for a while, long enough. I don't know why the last stream failed. I know it. All I know is that it started buffering, and although YouTube said it was doing fine, it wasn't. And even when I like restarted it, for some reason decided to just stop. So we're going to hope that same thing doesn't happen on this one. It may. If this stream falls down though, we're just going to end up and cut it. So if for some reason I start repeating or buffering, that's going to be it. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah. Hopefully this stuff is set up correctly now, though. I didn't change anything. I don't know why it crashed the way it did, but it did decide to, for whatever reason, not work. I mean, I could have always accidentally hit a button somewhere, but yeah. It was just kind of rare. Weird. Hello. Glad you guys could find the stream again. Yeah, I remember you from my last stream. It was like, what, like 10 minutes ago? Yeah, I don't know what happened to that one. This is more or less just a continuation of that one. We're going to be doing stuff a little bit different, but we should still be able to go ahead and continue asking questions stuff. But yeah. We are going to go ahead and since we are going to be getting quite a few bosses, going to go ahead and equip our glitchy X-Gem so that we can use that automatically. But yeah, we do get a ridiculous amount of Ecto tokens per cell. I know that's one of the things that people are kind of confused by, but yeah. And now we're just going to go ahead and start spamming event bait, basically. All we need to do is complete like 20 races, so I think, yeah, exactly 20. I was about to say a little bit more, but then I realized we have 56. So we only need 19 for this first quest, but then we need a first place for our the last quest, which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I say that, but getting first on a stream, I'm going to be a little bit laggier than usual, and might actually be like good players playing. Usually there aren't too many good players actually on Ghost Simulator for races, but there may be on here, so yeah. Also, if you want to join me now, would be a decent time to try. As long as my server isn't full, you can probably just join off my profile. But yeah, whole goal is just going to be to spam through these event baits as fast as possible. Which is going to take a little bit of time because of these bosses, but you know. What's my favorite pet? Purple. I really like how simple, I like how simple stuff works. Like, when stuff looks simple, it's great, and I also really love the color purple. So, the purple pet was ridiculously cool to see come out. Let's go see if we can actually find it. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? We do need to find a purple. It's somewhere in here. I've moved a lot of the purples to my alt, so I don't quite have like the 300 purples I used to in my inventory. Now we're down to like 100 or something. But yeah, these are almost definitely my favorite pet. It's just super simple. I like how simple stuff looks, and then it's also purple, so it's like a combination of all my favorite things. How many complete missions have I completed? I'm on the last quest of Yuwu's, so I shouldn't have too much longer to do. I just need to do like 19 more races now, which should, I think, take me a little less than a little less than an hour and a half. So should be a relatively good addition to my previous stream. I don't know what happened on that stream. It just started buffering, and I realized that something went wrong in YouTube land. Like, for some reason, even stopping it and restarting it didn't help. But yeah. Yeah, I didn't get a notification. It only showed in my recommendation, not your channel. Yeah, I don't know how YouTube's worked, so, I mean, it could have just been taking its time. I know sometimes notifications do take a little bit of time. But yeah. I'm assuming you mean in-game, in which case, like, if you can find me, I mean, taking a screenshot with me shouldn't be too difficult. And it wasn't too much of a surprise that I didn't get a classified. What's your favorite NBC quest line? Ooh, I know I've answered this one before, and, like, I've answered this question like 3 or 4 times, and I can't remember now what I answered, and I know I think it was like Adam. I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't really remember like my favorites. It's just kind of when people ask, I'm like, oh, I should come up with one of my favorites, but yeah, I don't know. I like quests that have good rewards for the quest lines. I think Adam is one of my favorites, just because Hoverboard is so nice. He's a short quest line. It's just so good of an introduction to Ghost Simulator. But like, honestly, other quest lines like Fern is also pretty good. You have to go. Thank you for coming out for the little time you could. But yeah, if you have to go, feel free to go. I don't think there's going to be an Easter event. Yeah, there may not be an Easter event this year. I don't know what devs think on like whether or not they'll actually be able to do an event. Let's see. Let's go use another event bait. Ooh, do we have enough event bait? No, we should be fine. I was thinking if we have enough event bait, and then I realized we only need like 20 races, so that's only 40 event bait. So we should have a little bit left over. That should be about half. 25 antenna parts? Do I have 25 antenna parts? Do I have exactly 25 antenna parts or something? I feel like that's something I would notice. No, I have a lot more than 25. Alright, I don't know. Bye. Yeah. If you find me standing, you can always come take a picture. I'm not going to be purposely wasting time to figure out a picture with someone right now in the stream. But there's a lot of times that I just log into Ghost Simulator randomly and just stand around for 20 minutes until I get auto-logged out, just because I'm like, oh, I should go play Ghost Simulator, and then I forget about it, and I'm just standing there for like the 20 minutes until the AFK happens. Oh yeah, the 25 antenna parts. It's kind of weird how that one works. I was like, before I got those 25 antenna parts, I remember for my first time playing through, I was looking at my antenna upgrade, and I'm like, wow, I need a ridiculous amount of antenna parts for this next upgrade. And then he gave me 25, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes the whole thing so much easier. And yeah, Hoverboard in general from him is pretty good. I think his quest, it's definitely one of the more balanced quests. It isn't like Shelly level, unbalanced, where it takes way too long. And it isn't like super easy. Is there any quests that are super easy? I don't know, but it just feels like in that right balance where it's like really good reward, a pretty easy quest line, and also pretty easy for new people to understand that they need to do. Where there are quest lines, like for instance, I think a good example of a quest line that stumps people is going to be like Dylan here. A lot of people like try to do him, even though like it's really not helpful to, but yeah. Alright, we're going to go ahead, get another event bait going. Yeah, all we need to do is finish these races. It's helpful to get like first, since that does mean that we get a few more. I prefer second, honestly, from races, since I think that looks a little bit cooler. It looks like we are just going to get like 10th on this one, just from lag. Like, lag can just do the most ridiculous things sometimes. So, yeah. Like, it looks like we're doing fine, but, like, you can see how far ahead people are. Lag just, like, there's no way to catch up when you're lagging on like this. Yeah, I might chill in this server for a little bit after the stream's over, but yeah. Yeah, look at that. We got 39 seconds, and we made, like, 2 mistakes overall. It's just time-wise, that lag can just ruin it. But as I said, all we need to do though is finish. So that is perfectly fine if we get last place. It's not ideal, but it's fine. But yeah, we're also going to get a ridiculous amount of ecto tokens. Probably over 1 trillion. Or 1 quadrillion. We already have over 1 trillion. We get 60 trillion per cell. But yeah. Hello. Yeah, currently we're finishing up Yua's. She does give you a good reward, but it's mainly so I don't have her clustered in my journal. I did accidentally start Jax, so I'm going to have to complete that at some point, and she is a pain. She's basically Yoko, but without a good reward, is the best way to explain how Ghost Hunter Jax works. It is not the funnest quest. But yeah, once we complete those two, though, my quest journal will be complete. Am I actually missing 2 of those? I was like, I feel like I have a lot of mini crabs. Alright. Let's go see. I feel like I have, like, mini crabs, too, in my inventory. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, getting first place in the race, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, races are kind of whack on their time. Like, before, I know they've got a little bit better, but still lag. You can get, I know there's people that have gone like 28 seconds on races, even though like the fastest, sometimes when you do the absolute fastest, you can only get like 31 seconds. Just because there's a little bit of lag some point, that just can cause like different times, so it's just kind of interesting. Man, I was looking, like, I don't think anyone actually looks through their journal too often or really cares. Like, I know I don't. But yeah. Alright. Going to go ahead and sell that, and then we're probably going to go lose another race really quickly. Or slowly or something. Lag can do some weird things, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, races are weird in Ghost Simulator. I feel like they needed to be a little bit more complicated. Like, have a turn somewhere in them, but, you know. Yeah, I started a new stream. The other one for some reason wasn't working correctly. I tried starting it and then I tried restarting it. And YouTube just kept saying it was fine, and so I just kind of decided to give up and start a whole new one. Am I going to do another giveaway? Probably at some point. I do giveaways often enough in my Discord. I'm assuming you mean like another where I just like give away all of my mythicals and stuff that I got. Probably. I don't have any use for them, and honestly, I know a lot of other people can use them, so a giveaway stream like that may happen soon. If I do end up giving away those heads, it's going to be mainly due to like organized giveaways in my Discord. But yeah. No, I think that code expired yesterday. If it is still available, it is Easter 2020 or Easter 22. But I'm fairly sure it was supposed to expire yesterday. I know I barely went in and got it in yesterday. I almost forgot about it too. I haven't been really playing Ghost Simulator too much recently, but yeah. Yeah, no. Completing Yu shouldn't take too long. I just kind of wanted a little bit of a longer stream today. And it is one of those things that I've been meaning to stream up finishing recently. And I realized it's probably going to be quick enough just to do it now. One of my water bottles is leaking quite a bit. So I'm trying to like figure out how to actually work with it. Yeah, the thing is, like, it's going to end at a specific time, not like on a specific date. So it's just kind of interesting how it works. Do I like Mumbo Jumbo? I know I used to watch him a decent bit. I don't really watch him anymore. But I know, like, Minecraft-wise, he's like one of the biggest. He is like one of the two biggest Minecraft YouTubers in general, and so like it's one of those things where everyone knows about him and has watched him at some point. But yeah, not too much anymore. Hello. Yeah, return to Jax. I'm kind of procrastinating a little bit on completing Jax. I accidentally started her, and she's a long quest, and I don't feel like doing her, like, anytime soon. She's basically Yoko, but without a good reward, is how I think about it. Looks like we will be getting third on this race, but yeah. Or maybe fourth, depending on how much missing that set us back. But yeah. There we go. Okay. I'll take a third. Yeah, I mean, boosted gum is one of those things I don't like what they've done right now with boosted gum. I don't like to see it in the like free codes. I don't like to see it given away in things. I know that people enjoy having free stuff. But also, like, boosted gum, it's both useless, and it's also, like, everyone already has it already, too. So, like, even if people wanted it to be, even if they made it useful, I don't think anyone would actually buy it, since people already have too much of it. So, like, it's like it's just weird to see it in this store area. Like, no one's ever going to buy any of these three. They need to be like a lot better for people to actually buy them. But even if they were made better, everyone already has a lot of them. Like, they take an hour each, And I don't even know if some people can will even play for the hour that they exist for. So it's just like they'll end up just saving them forever and never even using them. And so like, even if they were useful, because they've been given out for free so much, they wouldn't even be bought even if like they were useful too much. It's one of my pet peeves. It's not as bad as some other of my pet peeves, but still, boosted gum is... Why did they leave the party room down there? I don't know. They maybe plan to use it later, or they just they're like, it's off on the side somewhere. It doesn't really matter, and it's a pain to clean up maps like that. So they may have just been like, oh, we'll just leave it there since it doesn't matter one way or the other. Since like it really doesn't matter having it still there, part of the map, and it's a pain to clean up. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they might be doing something later with it lore-wise. Like there may be an NPC hidden down there at some point, like a second arc one. Actually, never mind. Scratch that. They don't. The key isn't. They'd have to redo another key system if they were to do that. I don't know. Maybe they want it to be. I would guess it's just like they didn't see any reason to actually get rid of it since it doesn't affect too much. But who knows? Alright, we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and go use another event bait. Yeah, if you guys want to, if this... Oh, ouch, that's going to be a... Yeah, racing with Santa's sleigh is usually a little bit on the, annoying side. You collide with a lot more than you really should. We need like 2 more people to fail and we can get like second. No, okay. We got 3rd or 4th or whatnot. We failed. But yeah, all we need to do though is finish for the quest, so that's fine. Go ahead, use another event bait. I couldn't finish the event. Yeah, it's actually not too big of a deal if you didn't finish it. Like, honestly, I don't even really remember that the 100th update was a thing. It wasn't a big event, and I don't think anyone will really care about it. I don't care about it now, so I doubt people in like 2 months will even like care that it existed ever. I think the biggest thing out of it wasn't even like the pets or boards. It was like the lore for the specific green girl being the Rebirth NPC was like the only thing that people actually got out of that event. Yeah, if you're tired, you can probably go to sleep. Honestly, the stream is probably going to be a little bit boring from now on, but yeah. Nope. That is how races work. I mean, it depends on the specifics, but in general, that's fine. Like, I'm, at this point, I'm kind of, all I need to do, I do need to win 1 race at the end, which shouldn't be too much of a difficulty. If we lose, like, twice in this server, actually, if I'm even contemplating losing twice in this server, I should go just hop over to my private server and do it there so I don't have people beating me. Now that I think about it, since, you know, it would be kind of bad to waste 4 event bait to just get, like, second twice. So we're going to go ahead and probably just switch over to my private server to get first place in that race. So it's the last quest of you, as you can see, we're on our second to last. Her last one is going to be win a race. And I'm a little laggy on the stream right now, so we're going to just go ahead and cheese it by going into a private server. Yeah, I haven't completed Yuru's quest, so this is kind of me finally completing it. It does take a while, and I've just kind of been doing it passively. I didn't care to ever really grind for it, since it takes forever. So it is one of those things where I've just been slowly chipping away at it over time. But I might as well go do this sprint now to the finish. Use a little bit more event bait and continue a little bit of a stream that decided to crash, unfortunately. But yeah, oh look, we did manage to get first on that one. Let's see, go into my inventory, wait until this time remaining goes down, and then use an event bait. Okay. Sometimes when someone joins late on the race, it counts them as in the race, but it won't like teleport them out of the race or count them as finishing the race, which is just weird. And also annoying since the time just continues ticking down. But yeah. I wanted the lore and I couldn't do. Yeah, it was available though for quite a while. So if you like spent the time if you had the time, you could have spent it to max yourself back out. But I know some people don't always have that time. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Most of the time people don't rebirth and like plan on like I know I for sometimes don't rebirth for like a month before events just so I don't have to worry about when the event drops, grinding back up to be able to just play the event. I want to be able to play the event immediately and not have to worry about it. But yeah. Yeah, Ghost Simulator is kind of laggy, so I'm gonna go to the Ghost World. Bye, I guess? Question mark? Question mark? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm maxed out on my currently my rebirth counter. Actually no, I'm not. Wow, I thought it'd be another, like, you max out your rebirth, the time since your last rebirth pretty often. I know a lot of people ended up doing it from like, because we went from like the Halloween event to the Thanksgiving event to the Christmas event to the 100th update event. Like all of those 4 were back to back to back, and so no one did any rebirths during that whole time frame. And so, like, everyone had, like, the 99 days, 59 hours, 59 minutes, and 99 or 59 seconds or something. It was just, like, maxed out. Everyone had that maxed out. How many ghosts have I vacuumed? A lot. 276,000. It's a lot. I think Ectoplasm though is even like a bigger show of how much time you spent. Like ghosts include like all the small ghosts, but like Ectoplasm just shows how many big ghosts you've done. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and use another event bait, win another race. But yeah. Alright, so line myself up there. Oh, there's a tree there. And a rock there. Alright, it looks like we are getting 4th this race, unless someone else manages to hit like a cactus or something. Yeah, 4th it is. Like, even though it looks like they're behind us on... their screen, they're usually in front of us. So it looks like we did manage to squeak out a third. But, yeah, I don't think we deserve that third. Alright, good luck on that. Yeah, we're just going to continue spamming through event bait. Hopefully get up to Yuus pretty quickly. Yeah, I know what you mean. I cycle through games quite a bit myself. I know recently I've been playing a lot of a server that I rarely ever played for like the last year. And I just kind of like, oh yeah, this is fun. It's not even like the best server. It's just like one of those servers like, oh, I need something else to do and I've been bored. So yeah. Yuu's quest is in the forest. It is literally one of the first quests that most players will see. I don't know if we can see it from here, but yeah, it should be right back there-ish. Alright, it's probably like, it's like right back there. It's basically the board racing quests. So we need to go spam through a lot of event bait to get some bosses, and also the races so that we can complete it. I need about, currently, I think 10 more races-ish. Yeah, I need 11 more races and then one more first place to finish it up. So that's going to be about 48 more minutes. About an hour from now. Yeah, there is that genre. I remember that like 2-player games genre, and it's fun, but the problem is actually getting someone to play with, in my opinion. I usually never was able to. I never really have people to like play with. Usually, I prefer playing games solo. I don't need to worry about figuring out someone to play with, time-wise, lining up. Working with someone is sometimes difficult. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell this. We are going to get a lot of ectoplasm from this, or ectotokens or whatnot. I have a ridiculous amount of ectotoken tycoons. Like, if you look at my inventory, I have, like... I have like 7 ectotoken tycoons, which basically means I get like 3 times the amount of ecto tokens I should, which just really starts to add up. So, yeah. Looks like we'll be getting like a third on this race. Where you need like multiple people, like a round-based game where you need players to play with. Yeah, there are a lot of games like that out there. I mean, Roblox is a big player-based game, or has a lot of games, and very few are actually like popular, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to, I haven't played Pet Simulator X, so I can't say it's bad. I will say that most opening games where it's just strictly opening are really boring. I don't know how exactly Pet Simulator plays, and I know Ghost Simulator is kind of turned into that, where it's just kind of spam open stuff with your gems. But yeah, I would love to see some more grindy stuff. I'd love to see multiple paths to grind. Like for instance, Minecraft, you have so many different things that you can do at any given point. You can build iron, you can build like tons of different farms if you want to, and all of them are kind of cool and necessary. You have tons of stuff that you can do. And then like Roblox games, a lot of the simulators, they literally have one aspect that's all you do is, and it gets kind of boring pretty quickly. And I don't like that. I think Ghost Simulator is decent. It has like it has a few different things that you can grind for. But I think it's like a little too heavy on like gum right now. Like gum is a super big meta, and that's like kind of the only thing that people grind for like at this point. It's like too much required in my opinion. And so if like nerf that, it'd be not better to have that nerfed and then have like other ways to grind. But yeah, it's when you only have like 1 or 2 things to do, it does get kind of boring. Goodbye, Kevin. Thank you for coming out. Well, that's how things work. If you make a game or if you make anything you make, you want to get money from it. So, most of the time. Like encouraging people to pay money, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's a little bit annoying as a player, but on the other hand, it's like, what else are they going to do? Like, not have you pay money? They need the money to make the game. Otherwise, there isn't really anything they're getting out of it. But yeah. How am I today? I'm actually doing quite good today. In general, I'm usually doing quite good. I'm quite well off. But yeah, other than like procrastinating on a bit of homework that I should be able to get done in like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours or something like that. It's quick. That's doing like the next 2 or 3 days. There's really nothing for me to really worry about. As long as you don't count like worrying about old random stuff that happened like in the past and doing that wrong, which, you know what, I do every once in a while, but yeah, I'm doing quite nicely. Yeah, that's how, if you make a big game like that though, it makes sense that you make money. If you're good at making stuff like that and people are willing to pay it, that's like more the power to you. It's kind of stream's glitching. Stream's lagging. Are we buffering? Okay, no, it looks like we're fine. It's just like my computer's laggy or something. Okay, I'm like, I know before we kind of we got into a problem where it was buffering, and even though like my stream was doing fine, YouTube said the stream was doing fine, it just for some reason wasn't working. And so yeah, I do need to check if it does say it's doing bad to make sure it isn't. But yeah. All right, let's see. Where are we at? We need to use like 9 more? Oh wow, we still do need to use a lot more boss bait to finish this up, but who else? Who cares? But yeah. Yeah, if you're lagging, it may also be your device itself. I know sometimes lag is on my end, or it's just my PC being bad on CPU usage, but other times it can be like YouTube being bad, or your internet being bad. So it's not always necessarily my problem. So check that before. Yeah, I mean, when YouTubers spend a lot of Robux like that and money, usually it's a business expense where they're making it for the content, and so it's kind of usually, it's like a tax write-off or something. I don't know. I haven't done taxes, so I don't understand like all the complications of that things. Like, I haven't made any money yet off of YouTube. Technically speaking, like if I go look at my statistics, I've made like $6 or something off like ad revenue, which isn't technically money in my pocket until like I get to like 100, at which point it is like cash. You can bring it out, but until that point, I technically haven't made any money, so I don't really know any of the financial stuff and haven't looked into it. Yeah, making games that people pay money for is different than making like good games. Like for instance, sometimes you can have a really well balanced game, but because you have it, make it balanced so that people can't pay Robux to make it super unbalanced, you kind of just get worse sales. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's one of those things where good games like that, it's like, it's fine that they're have a lot of money and stuff. That's like kind of the whole point of games, is have money options for people to buy stuff so that the people making the games can actually like earn stuff. Otherwise, people just wouldn't make games if they weren't going to make money off of them. Highest emits, I said I don't pay a tax off of, I haven't figured out like tax information. Like I don't looked into the details of it. I haven't made any money off of YouTube, so I haven't had to pay any tax off of it, since you don't have to pay taxes on stuff you haven't made yet. Yeah, I also haven't really need to look in like tax information, since honestly I haven't really made any money, and I've like the tax, like the whatever, do like most taxes for you. But yeah, no, I pay the taxes I earn. It's just I don't know how to explain it. Basically, I just haven't looked into the tax information itself, so I don't know how exactly things like taxes work. But yeah. I currently do not have a job, so that's probably the big thing about it, is I don't need to worry about like paying taxes on like working. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play Pet X, and I know big games get away with quite a bit of stuff like that, where they kind of make a lot of money off of weird things where Roblox isn't really fond of. Like I know Murder Mystery 2 technically breaks Roblox's terms of service, since it has hidden chances for items, which is like explicitly against their terms of service. But Murder Mystery 2 makes money for Roblox, so why do you think they'll care? Do you think they'll care? Probably not. Yeah, the thing is, like, even if like I don't really know the big deal about NFTs, so I can't say if they're a good thing or a bad thing or anything like that. I do know, like, generally speaking, when you see something like where people usually are complaining about it this much, like an NFT, it's usually a misunderstanding, or people like getting over enthusiastic about just like what they've heard about it being bad, so that's all that gets repeated and around in a circle. But yeah, I don't know, honestly. What's my favorite food or drink? I like ice cream. I like basically anything with sugar and ice cream I really like. But I mean, pizza's great too. I'm not a unhealthy food is great. Like the thing I don't really have like favorites of stuff. Like if you ask me like, what's your favorite game? It's like whatever I'm playing currently would be my most likely answer. But like, what's my least favorite food? I have a least favorite food. I don't like coconut. Like, I don't know if it's its texture or its flavor or whatnot. I just don't like coconut. I've had it quite a bit, and there's nothing I can. Every time I have it, I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. Like even in like cookies or something where it's pretty good cookie, it's nah. Ice cream flavored sugar, yeah. Anything with sugar in it, I am pretty much a sucker for. It's probably a good thing I don't get out of the house much, so I'd end up like probably if I ever went like to a store or something, I'd end up picking up like way too much candy. All right. Tycoons. Specifically the Ectobit Tycoon for the backdoor. Once you get all of the 3 permanent ones, Lucky Eyes, Master Hunter, and the Ghostly Vision, just go spam out Ectobit Tycoons, and that is going to be the ideal way to have Rebirths. Oh yeah, sugar is not the best for you, but whatever. Okay, as I said, all we need to do is finish it, so it doesn't matter that we got 4th, but oh well. I am kind of annoyed that this rounding goes too much, but it's not too big of a deal. How many more? We need about 7 more. 7 more races, and then we're done with this, which is going to be nice. Because I don't know, I never like having quests in my journal that I feel like I have to do. So getting that done with will be nice. Yikes. Alright, time remaining. Someone had joined in late, so it just kind of does that weird thing. But yeah. There is actually some, like, I don't really know, like, food stuff. I know there are, like, healthy sweeteners. Healthy. I don't know how healthy they actually are, but it is possible to, like, make them somewhat healthier. But yeah. How many times have I chosen Ectobit Tycoon? When I've last done Rebirths, the Ectobit Tycoon was broken. So I haven't chose it at all, but that's just because it was broken when I first did it. Instead I did Ecto Token Tycoon, which is, it's a little bit worse now that the Ectobit Tycoon is fixed, but it is also, it was better since the other one was broken. But yeah, now that Ectobit is fixed, that should be your primary go-to Rebirth perk. Humans, there's already sugar in apples. Like, there's a lot of sugar in fruits, because that's how, like, fruits store their energy, is through their glucose and stuff. I think. But yeah. So, fruits already have a ridiculous amount of sugar. It's usually just, it's considered a little bit healthier since it isn't, like, forced into it and, like, making it super addicting. It's more of, like, the flavor of the actual fruit itself that people go for it, not really the sugar in it. Am I excited for this event? If there is an event coming up in Ghost Simulator, I'll play it. I don't ever really get too excited about events though in games. Like, events are one of those things where it's like, oh yay, it's something side to do, it's something new. And it's really exciting for new players since it brings them in. But like, in terms of like game progression, events are meh at best. Like, just because like they don't really matter. They don't really do much. Like, they don't add too much to the game itself. They more of just are their own thing. But yeah. Now it looks like we're going to get second in this race. Lag, or maybe we'll get first, depending on how that sets them back. Nope, we got second. Yeah, races are weird. Alright, that should be 6 more races that we need to do, and then we need to get one first place. When do I stream? I stream whenever I feel like it. I don't have any set schedule yet. At some point, I do plan on, like, getting a... This is, like, a tentative thought at my point. But, like, every 2 weeks, having, like, a reset. Basically started a new map on my Minecraft realm and doing a stream for that, like, every 2 weeks. But I don't know if I will actually end up doing that or not. So... That's, like, the only schedule that I've ever really thought about recently, and I don't know if that'll actually happen. It depends on whether or not I can actually pull off making a video off of it. I'm working on it, but making a video out of the current map reset, so we'll see. I don't have any schedule currently for Ghost Simulator content. Generally speaking, I might do a stream after like every update at some point, but it's pretty random and arbitrary on when I do start these streams. I have never heard of the game Buzznex. I was kind of confused with what you're talking about. Honestly, I don't know too many popular games. I kind of stick to what I like to play and don't look for like too many big other games. I like sticking to certain games that I like play, and not looking for like, oh, I'm bored, let's go find a new game to play, or let's go find 20 different games to play and figure out if any are good. Will I grind the event, and what will you do when the event is released? Most likely I won't grind the event. Like I can't see myself grinding like I have for like the Christmas event. I'm definitely not going to have that time for grinding like I did on the Christmas event. I may get like myself one of the mythical boards, but even that I don't know if I'll put that time into doing for. But yeah. When the event's released, I'll probably make a video going over like all the attacks maybe of the boss, or how to best defeat it, maybe. But like that's the thing, I don't know, there's like so much different stuff, but all the stuff people are better off finding themselves than coming to me for, like especially like quest dialogue. People can usually find that themselves. Going over like quests themselves, people know where to find items at this point, and if they don't, it's usually better for them to just find it off the wiki. But yeah. Why not? I don't think I'll have too much time, honestly. I have school still, and even though I'm not spending like too much time on school right now, and I probably won't even then, I'm procrastinating a little bit on stuff like that, so I don't know. I might do streams, but I wouldn't say I will do streams grinding it. It's because I probably won't. Alright, looks like we got second or third again. Looks like second, which is fine. I actually prefer second on the races, since I think the second crate, or the second loot bag is a little bit rarer than the first. But yeah, I don't really know many other games other than the ones I play regularly. 13, 12... Alright, we'll go ahead and use that. Teleport over there. Yeah, I know like sometimes in games, a lot of the time they have like hitboxes that are different than the visuals of a game. I know in Ghost Simulator that's no exception. It just makes it easier to code. And when you have invisible barriers, it's like it makes no sense to have both the normal barrier collidable and the invisible barrier collidable, so they usually just have the invisible one collidable. That's generally what they do. This is a very common setup for live streams. I'm kind of just copying everyone else I've seen. Like literally any most live streamers, if they have like a different setup like this, they'll usually have it pretty much like this. Mine's a little bit more rudimentary. I kind of just chuck some random stuff on there. You might notice like the sizing around like the gameplay canvas is kind of incorrect. It's kind of, the whole thing's kind of weird, but yeah, it's a similar setup. Ghost Simulator is suck up evil air with a pattern. You know what? That's a weird way of thinking about ghosts as evil air. And you know what? It does make sense. I think there's a little bit more to it than that. But yeah, that is pretty much the premise of the whole game, isn't it? Honestly, though, when you think about the premise of any game, it's less about like what exactly is going on, like the idea once you actually start playing it, and more about like how it feels to do it. Like honestly, you don't really care too much that you're vacuuming ghosts once you start playing a lot. It's more of like the fact that you can get stuff done. Alright, looks like we were going to lose this race due to lag. Probably end up like 5th, just due to lag alone. Unless we like somehow manage to have other people mess up a lot. In which case we may end up slightly higher, but lag it looks like is just going to kill it. Yeah, my CPU does not like sometimes this game. Goodbye, Daipen. Thank you for coming out. Yeah, the final boss is sort of difficult. It isn't too bad. I mean, the main difficulty comes from it being pretty glitchy. If it had a lot of those glitches like taken out, it's definitely easier than Great Guardian right now, but it'd probably be like way easier. Like you don't even really. I probably could do it blindfolded at this point. That's a joke. I still try to figure out where, I still need to know like where the pillars are and stuff. But like, I've got the timing so far down that anytime I like do the final boss, it's like, oh yeah, that pillar's about to die, and I swap away from it, and like the pillar dies like while I'm still shooting at the other one. It's kind of, I've done it like way too much at this point. But yeah, it's an interesting fight. I think the main thing is going to be that lag difficulty, but yeah. Ghosts, they aren't really ghosts. They're more of like an aliens from a different world, is how the lore has them set up. They aren't like ghosts of anything living. They're basically just an unknown species of animals that kind of minding their own business, live on this other spectral plane but can interact with the normal one. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Looks like people are actually getting stuff in those bags. I like accidentally on my alt got the mythical from the second, and I realized afterwards, I'm like, oh wait, that's actually sort of cool that I have that one. But yeah, honestly, those race loot bag boards are kind of cool for new players. I like how they work out. I know a lot of people they're kind of easy to get, but they're still kind of cool. Alright, let's see. How many more races do I need to do? I need to do 4 more races. 5 if you count the first place one, and then we'll be done with the stream. So about 20 more minutes. Alright, where is my boss bait? There it is. I don't know why I keep scrolling through my inventory, honestly. I'm just kind of... But yeah. Getting this quest done, though, will be really nice. I've been meaning to clean it out for a while now. Every single time people, like... They probably got kicked for hacking, now that I think about it. But yeah. I'm not currently planning on helping with the final boss. I don't think I would be very much help streaming. It's quite laggy for me streaming on Ghost Simulator. So trying to avoid that is the best. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do another one. Just going to go ahead and that. I'm just trying to ignore that for now, like, not make too big of a deal on that. I know if you go too fast in a race, you do end up getting kicked. This can happen sometimes if you, like, end up getting a glitchy, or, like, a zoom gum or a turbo gum usage during the race on accident. It's possible to, like, get kicked for going too fast through a race. What's the chance of getting classified? 1 in 1 million, 1 in 500K? Typically from crates, it's 1 in 100,000. Without any, like, the group luck boost, without that, without, like, double luck, without any of the luck boosts, it's 1 in 100,000. For a pet, from the normal pet crates. For a board, it's 4 times easier, so 1 in 25,000. And then when you have, like, add all of, like, the double luck from the Game Pass, the 10% additional luck from the group luck, and then the 2.75 times luck, which is a really, really weird number for the glitchy lucky gum. You end up getting like a 6.05 times luck, and so it's like 1 in 16,000 or something for a pet, and like 1 in 4,000 or 40,000. Yeah, 1 in 4,000 for a board. So yeah, it's still decently difficult, but yeah, it's actually not as insane as people think it is to get a classified. Higher end, yes, but low end, nah. Pretty easy to actually get those. Hello. Yeah, we're finishing up Ghost Hunter Yuu's quest, or at least that's my plan. Currently, I am at I'm on our second to last quest. His, hers, theirs. That NPC's second to last quest, so we need 3 more races, and then we can go ahead and turn it in and get a cool looking board and get it on my journal. Now, when you're saying it sounds so easy to get. Yeah, I mean, 1 in 4,000 is still quite rare. That's over 40 inventories full, or not over 40, but like that's still a lot of inventories to fill up. But yeah, it's on paper that's not too difficult. That's actually not bad. Oh, that's annoying. Interesting. As I said, races are weird, so things like that happen quite a bit. But yeah. But yeah, most people aren't going to have all of those luck boosts at a time, or at least most new people. They'll generally only have either like less, like probably only like basic lucky gum and like no Game Passes or something, which is still it's still pretty difficult to get. I really thought it was like 1 in a million. It's quite rare, but like when numbers get like over 1 in 1,000, I don't think people truly understand like how big that is, how rare that is. Like I'm saying 1 in 4,000 is pretty easy to get. It's not. It still takes me like filling up my inventory like 10 only 10? Do I only have to fill up my inventory 10? No, that is correct. Wow, okay. It still requires you quite a bit of unboxing to get one, but still, it's not bad. Yeah, the Cosmic Wings are quite over unboxed. I think the main difficulty though is for like the Cloud Wave is because keys are so hard to get. Like gems are really easy for endgame people to get. Keys, on the other hand, for like Cloud Wave are harder to get. They take a lot more time. But yeah. In general though, classifies are not worth too much in the large scheme of things. Everyone has an egg drop. Like you guys don't understand how much I look for egg drops in people's inventories. And it turns out there's a lot more egg drops than you would think for me having 17 of them. Like even with me having 17, egg drops still in other people's inventories is still probably more common than some other like normal limited item. Like the only reason egg drop is valuable is because I set up a little bit of demand for it, and even though it's probably not that rare, it's still weird to see it every once in a while. Alright, looks like we're doing a race. Second to last one for this quest, and then we'll hop over to a private server since I'm not winning any races with stream lag. So yeah. I mean, I'm not driving the best right now, but even when I was driving the best, I wouldn't win too many races. Anyways, it doesn't really matter winning this race. All I really need to do is get to the end. But yeah. I think it just seems to be a bad race in general. Alright, let's see. Was it only us two racing? Because those are horrible times. I thought there was like one other person that joined. But it looks like the server is like either like very quiet or something. Alright. Go ahead, switch over to our vent bait. Hello! Finishing up Yu's quest right now. We're pretty much at the end of it. Okay, how did we get a third place loot bag? Was there someone I didn't see or something? I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, we need now one more race and then we'll switch over to a private server to do the last one. What's the best rebirth I should get? The first one, if you haven't rebirthed before, Master Hunter. After that, you want to go for Ghostly Vision, then Lucky Eyes, and then just spam Ectobits. Tycoons. Yeah, there's a lot of the... It's not actually that rare to see random people like contributors or testers in the game. Like, they're the people who play the most often, are usually the ones with the roles. And so finding someone that plays a lot in a game that doesn't have many players isn't actually as rare as you'd think. I know people make a big deal out of it, but it isn't too big of a deal. Yeah, and then we have Ghost Hunter Reed. I don't feel like doing Ghost Hunter Reed ever, so he'll just sit in the sewer. I'll never really come talk to him. So, yeah. Yeah, I know some people like just skip through Yu's quest. I decided to do it slowly. I didn't really care about wasting. I like to play games not wasteful. I don't like wasting like Robux to skip or wasting time on doing silly quests or wasting my resources to get like something that doesn't do anything good. But yeah. Hello! Yeah, I know I do streams at a weird time, and but nice to see you in the stream, Bonnie. But yeah, we're basically done. We need to do one more race, and then we'll switch over to a private server, so I don't get bombarded with other good people trying to beat me in a race. Since there is no way I'm getting first with the amount of lag I have. I mean, I could, but it's not worth trying, in my opinion. But yeah, we've earned like 1.4 quadrillion Ecto tokens from this. I don't know how many gems that is. I think that is 100 million gems from just like 20 or so bosses. But yeah, it's very interesting. Go ahead, find our event bait. We need to use like 2 more event bait now. Actually, if we win this race, we might as well stay in here and see if we can win the next one. Just out of curiosity. Ooh, nice! I know unboxing your first classified can be really interesting. I know I unboxed a Zing pretty recently and it was super hype. So yeah, that's pretty insane. Having classifieds is always kind of cool. Actually, yeah, it doesn't look like... I mean, there is a few people it looks like, but I think we should be fine going for first place in here. But yeah, we'll go ahead and turn this win. A little teasing. Okay. Oh, look, we got 10 event bait back. That was nice. I wasn't really worried about that class. I was just more worried about getting the hoverboard from this last one. Special hoverboard, real ace racer. You have to prove your worth, but everyone, you have to win a race. All right. So now we need to win a race, which means that we need to get a race. So we'll go ahead and just do one here really quick. If we lose this one, we'll switch over to a private server. Yikes. The amount of times people do end up doing trades like that, though, for stat pets, it's ridiculous. I really wish people understood better how to, like, just not trade if they don't know what they're trading. But unfortunately, that isn't how people really think, is it? Yeah, you're bored. Feel free to leave the stream. Honestly, it's almost done anyways, and the first bit of it kind of got interrupted, and it really wasn't a super good stream in my opinion anyways, but yeah. Goodbye. Thank you for coming though, Kevin. It was nice to have you in chat. Yeah. I think there's like, we need to win like one more race. So it's going to be like 3 more minutes in this live stream, so basically the end of it. All right. Yeah, the bosses definitely get easier as you progress through the game. It's just kind of how the game's gone. As the game progressed, they've made bosses like slowly easier, like through the events, and that's just kind of translated to how they've made like normal bosses easier as they've made it, which is definitely made it interesting going from like the hardest boss first off and just making bosses easier and easier and easier. It's how it is. Honestly, I don't think any endgame players really struggle with any of the bosses, so we don't particularly care one way or another. But yeah. I originally, when I made my channel, or my Roblox name actually, Roblox was the first time I used the name when I created my account 10 years ago? Almost 10 years ago. 9 years ago. I was like 10 at the time. I just misspelled highest. Like, it's just, that's where my name comes from. All right, we'll go ahead and use one more event bait. We need to get first on this race, guys. So I need to focus a little bit, but yeah. I'm not going to do another stream after this. The only reason why I did a stream after the other one was to the other one. I was planning on continuing that stream, but for some reason it decided to just crash or something, and so I've had to make a new one. That's the only reason why we have this one. But yeah, looks like we're doing fine race-wise. I know I did hit one thing, but it wasn't too much of a setback. And honestly, I think people in the race are actually from the stream, and so they're like letting me win or something, which kind of feels bad. But Am I the only one confused by that? Alright, we're going to go hop into a private server since we can't lose in a private server. I mean, we could lose if people join me, but, you know, we're just going to hope no one joins me. Probably my next stream might be this Saturday. Who knows? Yeah, as I said, races are really weird, time-wise. Like, there's so much lag, that goes on that affects the race times. It is, like, getting a good time just means you had weird lag sometimes. So, yeah, so I usually just ignore race times for the most part, but when you need a win, you just can't really deal with that. But yeah. Yeah, if you lag a lot, like right at the end, it does like client. It's a weird timing mechanism that does it this way. Like it starts early, and then it like does based off your computer, which means if your computer decides, oh, we're just not going to keep time for the next like 10 seconds at the end of the race, you could get like 10 seconds faster than what you were. It's a whole different issue, but whatever. We can easily avoid this by just going to a private server and hoping no one joins us. But yeah, once we finish this, we should be able to get this nice mythical board. And we're basically done with this quest. Yeah, my cat decides to come out now. She probably won't come say hi to the stream. She's probably just going to go downstairs. But yeah. She decided to come meow at me. Alright. Yeah, races are just weird. Since it's all like client-based, people's times, they might be faster than you on their screen and faster than you on like the server, and it's so confusing for people to see how it is. This is basically pay to win. Yeah, private servers are super overpowered in Ghost Simulator. I can't recommend them enough. But yeah, we'll go ahead and once this boss is done, just go use another event bait and call that a stream once we finish that race. Like, we can go as slow as we want, as long as we still finish. If you want to, you can. I wouldn't... Going for a classified takes a lot of patience. Mainly in the unboxing stage, but like even getting gems you need to be able to patiently grind for. Alright, sell that, go ahead and use an event bait, lag a lot, and then finish a race. And then turn in Yuwu's quest. Alright, basically all we need to do is hold the forward arrow. And steer a little bit, I guess. There probably is like a line where you can just kind of hold forward and finish this race. And I don't feel like moving, actually. So we're just going to go ahead and just go this way straight as far as we can go. Actually, maybe with good like aiming, you can just kind of go straight down that line. It would probably be a slow time since you don't hit many of those boost pads, but yeah. Alright, 37 seconds. That is a very slow first place, but we'll take it. We now receive that, and now we can go finish Yuwu's quest. Which, very nice. Glad I'm finally over with that. Ever since Yuwu came out, I've never really felt like completing it, so it's just kind of been something to pot in the back of my mind. Alright, there we go. We have an executive writer, which is a godly board, which we will hopefully not delete on accident. So let's go find it. Alright, it's after egg drop. There we go. Go ahead, block that. And yeah, we're done now. It reminds me of a quadcopter, I think. I think a board we already have that's very similar to it. But yeah, I think with that, that will be this stream. We did manage to get now Executive Writer and finish off Yui's quest. So now we have like only one more quest left in our journal, an accident, where I started Jack's. It's like kind of a bland looking board, but I kind of like how it looks. As I said, I kind of like the simple looking boards. I don't think I'll ever really use it, but yeah, I think that'll be it for the stream. Thank you all for coming out, and I will see you guys at some point. Goodbye.